Hey guys, and welcome to my kitchen chat videos. Although I think every video can be considered a kitchen chat because my entire apartment is basically my kitchen and my bedroom and my living room, because I live in a studio apartment and it's tiny and there is no space separation. So every video is a kitchen chat video because I film it in my kitchen literally. So I just wanted to catch up with you guys because I always promise to film a new video soon and I never do. I just submitted a paper a couple weeks ago and I'm really happy about it because it took a lot of effort on my part and on the part of my supervisor because he helped me a lot. So I don't know, cross your fingers for me that they're gonna accept it and publish it, and then yeah, it will be very cool. Other than that, I went to a party yesterday and I don't really go to parties that often. But it was really fun because it was with a really close circle of friends that I really love, and it was super funny and Christmassy and awesome. But today, I mean, excuse me if I'm kind of slow because I'm like really tired. I didn't get enough sleep at all. Yeah, but it was a lot of fun, and I was thinking about actually alcohol consumption and how people go around it, because all of my friends, like I was the only person who didn't drink there, and I haven't drank anything at all, like nothing at all, for 2 years straight. And I have not been drinking almost anything at all for like 5 years. In total, in this 5 years, I maybe drank a couple of glasses of like champagne on super important occasions like weddings or birthday. So I'm basically sober for 5 years, and I can tell you that I'm really happy that I made this decision once, because I cannot imagine now any situation in my life that could be improved with alcohol. And I mean, I totally understand people who choose to drink, and alcohol is a very well-known social lubricant, and it's kind of a given that anywhere you go on a celebration or whatever, there will be alcohol, which I find really weird because it kind of gives you this false sense of security and social acceptance and stuff like that, but it doesn't really give you the skills. It just kind of inhibits your limiting factors in your brain, and so you do things that you would not normally do, and I don't find it that healthy. Not even talking about the fact that you are hangover the next day if you like really drank, and then it's just an entire day that gets wasted. But other than that, I think it also is a depressant, and I once sipped a drink that I didn't know contained alcohol in it, and for the rest of the day my mood was so down compared to what it normally is, and I was like, what the hell is going on? And then in the evening, looking back, I was like, I sipped this drink, did it have alcohol? And then I double checked, and this drink had like 2% of alcohol, and I just had like 2 sips, and it already influenced my mood like this. So I decided that it was a very good decision for me to stay away from alcohol. Although I do not judge, and I don't want to seem like I'm on such a high horse here, like, oh, I'm so good and better than you and I don't drink, because I don't think so. It's just my personal choice, and I totally understand people who decide to drink. But I just wanted to hear your opinion. Do you drink, or do you feel like it's a tradition that we shouldn't give up? Or if you really like it, or if you ever had a problem with alcohol, because I actually did, kind of the reason why I decided to stop drinking in the first place. But yeah, I was just really curious about your opinion on that. And I also have been listening to a sociologist who claims that alcohol consumption in nations is a big indicator of problems like crime rates and domestic violence and suicide rates and so on. So when the country's alcohol consumption goes down, the entire population kind of wins, because there is less crime, there is less suicide, there is less divorces. I don't know if divorces are affected by that, but all the other things that I listed were for sure like strongly affected by alcohol consumption. So I think it's a good thing to stay away from it, at least as much as possible. But I mean, all of my friends also consume alcohol, so I don't see anything bad with it. And it feels really funny to be the only one sober in a group of people who are kind of tipsy. I don't judge. I don't want to seem like I'm better than anyone because I don't drink, because I don't think so. Yeah, also, it's almost Christmas time, and I hope that you are, even if you're not Christian, I hope that you are having a nice December and that you are in winter holiday mode. And yeah, I'm going home in 4 days. I'm super excited about that. Gonna see my family and friends and hang out. And there is already snow in Moscow. I will try to show you as much as I can if I don't forget my camera, because I always promise you to film videos and show stuff and I don't do it lately, which I'm really sorry about. Yeah, you seemed really interested about science and the problems that it has, in my opinion, or why people are really dogmatic about it nowadays. The thing is that before this era, like before the year 0, in ancient Egypt and in ancient Arabic countries, there was so much knowledge about everything. Like they knew that the earth was not flat, and they calculated with great precision the coordinates of planets, and they knew about Venus and Mars and probably Mercury and some other planets. They calculated all their orbits and how distant they are from Earth, and they literally knew all of that. And then due to church domination and whatever, it got lost, and people literally believed that Earth was flat for more than 1,000 years. But okay, what I wanted to say is that those people a long time ago in ancient, like India and China and Egypt and Greece and whatever, those people were really up to something. And I think that the problem that the science nowadays has is that we try to decompose concepts and things, and we try to study those little pieces one by one, and we think that by understanding each tiny little piece we will eventually gain the knowledge of the greater thing. But what we don't consider is that these pieces are also connected with each other, and these connections matter probably even more than those pieces themselves. You disrupted the connections that were holding it together in the first place, and you didn't study them, and you cannot claim that the sum of the pieces is the same as the whole. And I think that this is what the science kind of lacks nowadays. So we concentrate too much on the minuscule things and the minuscule details, and we disregard the global scheme of things, and we don't want to see the holistic, wow, this is such an overused word, and I think everyone is like so against this holistic healing, but you know what I mean, the holistic overview of everything. So things are connected to each other, that we don't even know that they're connected to each other because we lack the instrumentation to discover that. But we claim like we are so smart and we know everything. I mean, we are pretty smart, but I think that we should pay more attention to the things in general rather than studying tiny little bits and pieces of things and believing that that's all that there is. I'm not sure if that was clear or not, but what I wanted to say is that yeah, science is not the almighty omniscient thing like people who don't do science actually believe. And I think, well, we are doing the best that we can, but there are also rules in this game, like in business, like in everything. There are rules that you have to follow, and that kind of prevent you from being 100% clear about, for example, the complications that you faced when you were doing something. Because if you want to publish a paper, you have to have a coherent story about something, for example, or if you want to publish a thesis for that matter, you have to have a coherent story about something. So you have a hypothesis, you have an experiment that you designed, and then you do the experiment, and then you figure out if your hypothesis was true or not. But you cannot really put in there all the things that went wrong. And I think that this is even more important than the things that went right, because then every other person who wants to study the same thing will not do the same mistakes that you did, and they will avoid repeating the same thing over and over again. And I think that if we spoke about it more, and it was not so, I wouldn't say that it's shameful, but it seems like everyone has it so easy, and everyone knows that you design an experiment and nothing works, and then you try it another way. And so I would prefer for people to be clear about like how much effort they put into doing something before they achieved what they have achieved. Or if there are some results that do not correspond with your initial theory, so for example, like most of your results do, but some of them don't, and then if you just put them in, they will never let it pass through, because they would say, what does it have to do with your story? But maybe it's crucial, maybe there is something that you don't understand, and maybe there is another parameter to consider, or maybe there is another phenomena that takes place, but they kind of exclude it from the entire story because it doesn't fit in this exact chapter that you're publishing. I hope I'm making any sense, because like for me it does make sense, but maybe, I don't know, let me know if you understood anything of what I was talking about. So basically the take-home message here is that I think we are doing good as scientists, and I think now it's way more kind of widespread. So there is a lot of scientists who are doing a lot of different things, and we are studying a lot of different phenomena, and I think it's really awesome. But I also think that we should pay more attention to relationships between the objects and not only the objects. And I also think that we should incorporate humanities into natural sciences more as well. But that's just me. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. That's just my idea of how it should be. Anyway, I think I have talked enough. Now I'm gonna go and hang out with some friends somewhere. And I hope you're doing great. Hope you're having a nice weekend. Wish you a nice start of the week. Hope your December is doing great. Tell me how you're doing. I don't know. I kind of miss chatting to you guys. This is the downside of making videos not too often, because I don't get the feedback and I kind of miss chatting to you. So chat to me in the comments. I will reply to everyone, of course, I promise. So yeah, be nice humans. Love you very much. See you in the next video, and bye.